we have another controversy to talk about today. I have to talk about this. I have to talk about this. And really, it has to do with the body positivity movement, and I wanted to talk about that anyways, so this just gives me a perfect segue to do so. But I mean, come on, people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kaylee and this is Healthy, Fit, and Saved, and today I want to talk about what Jillian Michaels said to BuzzFeed in a recent interview that she had regarding Lizzo. I really wanted to talk about this topic today and just like what she said and what my thoughts were on it, because I think it kind of coincides with the broader issue of body positivity, in my opinion. What is body positivity first and foremost? In my own words, because I don't want to look it up, body positivity is a movement that has started probably I want to say the last 5 to 10 years. It's been kind of exploding, probably because of Twitter and social media. But essentially, it's a movement where men and women are encouraged to love their body at any size. So that means if you're a size 0 or a size 20 or a size 8 or whatever, it's to love your body and appreciate your body at any size. I really like what the body positivity movement has done for women who have eating disorders or body dysmorphia, or for men who feel like they're inadequate. I think that it has done a lot of good in our society, just because I would say probably from the early 2000s, maybe even the 1990s or 1980s, there were a lot of these unattainable body images that we were supposed to try and meet, we were supposed to try and achieve, but they were ridiculous and photoshopped, especially for someone like me who has never really been super overweight or super underweight, just kind of average, if you will. It really is refreshing to see that women are saying, yeah, I have curves. Yeah, I have cellulite. Yeah, I have big boobs. Yeah, I don't have a 6-pack. And I think it's really good for us to showcase those things and showcase what our bodies look like, because let's be honest, it is really hard, really hard and very dangerous to try and maintain a size 0, to try to maintain that perfect Barbie figure, if you will, without doing some sort of manipulation to your diet or manipulation to your exercise or things like that. It's just crazy. I don't want to work out 4 hours a day and only eat 800 calories. And that's probably what I would have to do in order to get a thigh gap. I also really like the body positivity movement because it's celebrating curves. It's saying, yeah, let's be like Kim Kardashian. Let's not be like Paris Hilton circa 1999, 2000. I don't care if you remember that show. If you know that show, comment down below. But it was the show with Nicole Richie. The Simple Life? I don't know. I didn't even watch it, but they were super skinny. And even them now, both of those actresses have gained a decently healthy amount of weight, and they look much better and much healthier and much happier, probably because they're regularly eating. But I love the fact that the body positivity movement says hey, yeah, girls have curves. Hey, yeah, guys are gonna have dad bods. Quote, quote. And I think that that's totally okay. I do have some issues with the body positivity movement. I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to read exactly what Jillian Michaels said to BuzzFeed that got everyone all up in a tizzy. Okay, so some context. Jillian Michaels was on BuzzFeed's news channel, which is apparently a thing. I didn't know that it existed, but apparently it does. Anyway, she was on that channel, and the interviewer was asking her about New Year's resolutions, and of course everyone at the beginning of the year wants to get fit and wants to lose weight and all this stuff. So she was asking her what are good tips and tricks for sustainable weight loss, trying to avoid crash dieting, trying to kind of be reasonable about your goals. And then she brought up the fact that there's a lot of people in the media right now, like Lizzo and other plus size models and things like that, that are kind of showcasing a different kind of body. So the interviewer basically says, how do you feel about Lizzo, Jillian? Do you like, what she's doing for the body positivity movement, that she's showcasing, curves? Isn't it great that she's showing that you can be healthy at every size, da 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 da. And Jillian responded with this, and I quote, "Why are we celebrating her body? Why does it matter? Why aren't we celebrating her music? Because it isn't going to be awesome if she gets diabetes." Then she goes on to say, "I love her music, my kids love her music, but there's never a moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that she's overweight." I think, in my opinion, what she was insinuating first and foremost was, why are we focusing on how she looks? Why aren't we not focusing more on her talent as an artist, which obviously is there. She's a really good artist and she's a great performer. Why do I care about how she looks? I think secondly, when she refers to diabetes and, oh, I'm never gonna say I'm so glad that she's overweight or whatever it is that she said. I gotta read it again. Yeah, I'm never gonna say, there's never gonna be a moment where I say, oh, I'm so glad she's overweight. Okay, So there is pretty like ironclad solid research out there that time and time again shows that if you are overweight or obese as classified by your BMI, so an objective standard, not saying like, oh my God, you're so fat, but just saying if someone has obesity or is overweight, they are more likely to develop type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and are more likely to die sooner. It just happens. Like, it just happens. There's nothing in there that talks about how these people feel. Maybe they live better lives because they like being curvy. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, from a physiologic standpoint, these people are dying sooner. What Jillian Michaels, I think, is trying to say is like, I'm never going to, as a fitness professional, say, wow, I'm so happy that you're overweight. Because she knows that Lizzo is likely, I mean, we don't have no idea when anyone's going to die, right? We don't know who's going to develop type 2 diabetes. I could develop type 2 diabetes, but the risks are higher for someone like Lizzo who is overweight/obese. I'm not sure what classification she falls into, but you get my point. So as a fitness professional, I would never say, oh, I hope you get diabetes. And essentially that's saying like, oh, I'm so glad that you're overweight. I'm never going to say I'm so glad that you're overweight. I will say I'm so glad that you love your body at every size, because I firmly believe that everyone should love their body at every size. You shouldn't lose weight in order to love your body. Like, you loving your body should not be conditional upon you losing a certain amount of weight. So whatever like weight you're at right now, whatever fitness goals you have, whatever body composition goals you have, it doesn't matter. You should love who you are and appreciate the body that God gave you, because that is important. What I don't think that we should do is tell people who are overweight or obese, it's okay that you're overweight or obese. You can stay that way for forever. Just eat McDonald's every day, do whatever you want, stay at that weight, and then get diabetes and heart disease and die sooner. No one wants that to happen. We all want to live healthy lives. We all want to thrive. We don't want to die sooner. And I say that in quotations because God knows when we're all going to die. Like, I could die in the next second. However, based off of a ton of research, like I said, that is pretty ironclad, that has been going on for years and years and years, we know that people who are overweight or obese, just that extra weight adds a lot of stress to our skeleton, adds a lot of stress to our organs, our physiology. And so we are more likely and more predisposed to getting these diseases. So someone who's a health and fitness professional like Jillian Michaels is not going to say that it's okay that Lizzo just keeps doing what she's doing and keeps eating what she's eating, and then she's going to develop type 2 diabetes. I'm not saying, I'll say this as a caveat, I am not saying at all that she should get down to a size 0 because that is the standard of healthy. I'm not saying that skinny is healthy. I'm not saying that there's a certain size where you are deemed healthy, other than those BMI classifications that, again, have been backed by science. All I'm saying is that you can be technically overweight, but maybe you have like a higher muscle mass and like lower body fat, or maybe you are overweight and that's just naturally where you sit, but you eat lots of vegetables and you work out 5 times a week and you are taking action towards your health. Those are things that I don't know about Lizzo. Like, maybe she eats a healthy diet. She obviously is active because she's on stage performing all the time. Maybe she has a trainer, maybe she works out. So I'm not going to judge her lifestyle because I don't know what it is. All I'm saying is that I don't think that people should be getting mad at Jillian Michaels for saying those things, because she's not saying them out of vindication. She's not saying it out of spite. I kind of feel like people treated Jillian Michaels like she was being like a mean girl from the movie, you know, like the mean girl in high school who's like really skinny and is like, ew, like, you're really fat. Like, she wasn't saying that at all. She was saying, I love her music. First of all, I don't think we should focus on her like appearance. I think we should focus on her ability, which I wholeheartedly agree with. And I went to Twitter and I saw the comments and I was like, now these are just a couple of them. People, I don't know, people went all up in arms on Twitter and I don't really understand why, but let's talk about it. So one person said, excuse me, Jillian, diabetes is primarily hereditary. Weight notwithstanding, go talk to someone about it, XO. Actually, type 1 diabetes is primarily hereditary. Type 2 diabetes is primarily environmental. Environmental basically means that there were things that you did or things that happened to your body once you were born that dispose you or predispose you to getting type 2 diabetes. Those things would include diet, exercise, being overweight, stress. There's a whole host of things that have nothing to do with your genetics. So there are 2 different types of diabetes, just for the record. Okay, and then somebody else said, fat shaming is not okay. Using fat shaming as an alarm code or determinant for contracting a chronic illness is dangerous and gross. Again, I don't think she was fat shaming at all. Someone said, her body is no one else's business. Again, I agree with that. Like, I don't even know why they're talking about it. If that is the comment, then I don't think that you should be attacking Jillian Michaels. I actually think that you should be attacking the interviewer, because the interviewer was the one that asked Jillian Michaels to comment on Lizzo's weight. And Jillian Michaels, in the very beginning of her response, says, why are we talking about her weight? Why are we talking about her body? We should be talking about her abilities. We should be talking about her musical talent. All of these things that have nothing to do with her body and her weight. So Jillian Michaels was trying to basically say that Lizzo's body is no one else's business but her own. It's the interviewer that was doing that. So then Lizzo responded saying, I'm popular because I write good songs and I'm talented and perform high energy hour-and-a-half shows filled with love. The only person who needs to do better is you. Keep my name out your mouth and look in the mirror before you come for me. Here's the attention you ordered. So then Lizzo actually kind of responds, kind of doesn't respond, but she basically goes on Instagram and does a live feed talking about how she's been dealing with a lot of mental health issues just because she's in the spotlight so much. She's dealing with so much stress from her job, obviously. And there's a lot of people who have opinions about her body and how she, is basically saying like, number one, if you're talking about me, it means that I'm more successful than you'll ever be, kind of thing. So they were calling it like a clap back. I really can't do that. I definitely felt like a dorky dad when I did that, but that's okay. And then she basically just says that, nobody should be talking about anyone's body and da-da-da-da. Again, I don't think that Jillian Michaels was talking about her body. I think that she was stating facts. Maybe they're not going to come true or manifest for Lizzo because, again, we never know, and it's just an increased risk. And there's tons of people who live long and healthy lives being overweight or obese as classified by a BMI. Again, I'm not saying these things and these words. I'm not using these terms to be judgmental. But all I'm saying is that I don't think that Jillian Michaels is in the wrong. And I kind of feel like she is in the wrong a lot of times. So I was really surprised when I saw that. I was like, oh great, Jillian Michaels said something again that's, gonna have everybody up in arms, including myself. And when I watched it, I was like, no, you know what? Actually, I don't think that the interviewer should have talked about it. I don't think that she should have brought it up in the first place. And I feel like Jillian Michaels' response is exactly how I would respond. Okay, so if you guys have any opinions on this, please comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. I post weekly every Monday, so check it out. All right, bye guys.